Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make a text editor program thing in Java. So basically the features of it is you're going to be able to save text to your machine and open it, and you're also going to be able to, there's going to be some other stuff like creating new documents, making a close button, and printing as well using the Swing Java GUI framework. So other than that, let's get started. First thing you want to do is you want to open up your text editor. I'll be using Eclipse. So if you're using Eclipse, it's a really good Java editor, text editor. So once you're in Eclipse, you're going to create a new project. So new Java project, and I'm going to call it text editor. That and finish it. Don't create. Okay, now we have our directory, and inside of this source folder I'm going to create a Java class which will be called let's just call it text editor for right now. And I also want to make another class. Let's make another class called start, which we're going to use to start the editor or to to initialize it. So over here, what I'm going to do is so in my start method, I'm going to create my main method. So public static void main string args, like that. And then we can just create a new text editor, type text editor, let's do like instance equals new text editor. Okay, cool. And for this, we're not going to have a start method. All the starting stuff is going to be done in the constructor for this text editor class, so we don't need to actually we don't actually need to call it instance dot. We don't need to do anything. We can just create an instance, and it'll work. So anyways, now under text editor.java, we're gonna import a few things. Let me zoom this out. We're gonna need Swing. It's Java, not Swing, because that's the GUI framework we're going to use, so we're going to import some stuff from that. And we're also going to need java.awt, like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do public class text editor extends JFrame. So if you don't know how extends work, it basically allows you to extend a class. I'm not going to explain in this video, but basically you would create, if you have a second class over here, this would be wrong syntax in this file, but anyways, you'd sort of extend the class that already exists. So you should already know what extends does. Anyways, so extends JFrame, and that's going to be the thing we're importing from Swing. And over here, I'm going to make my constructor, so public text editor. Okay, so now I'm going to create some variables over here. So I'm going to do private final JFrame, frame equals new JFrame. And the arguments are going to be the title, so it'll just be text editor. And private means we can't access it in a separate class, so that's what we need for this stuff over here, this frame. And we're also going to create a text area, which is where we're going to write all of our text. Sorry, I'm pretty bad explaining, but anyways, private final JText area, that's the name of the class. We're going to call our instance text field equals new JText area. Now I'm going to do private final J menu bar. Let's call it menu bar equals new J menu bar. And this is going to basically give us the menu bar you see on many things like this. Okay, J menu bar. Finally, we need the actual. So basically, in our app or whatever, in the software, we're gonna have two different what do you call it? These tab things. So the first one is gonna be File, and the second one is gonna be Edit. So yeah, so because of that, we need to create a private final J menu. I'm gonna call it menu equals new J menu. File. Let's actually just call this file. And then we're gonna make one more for the edit. So edit equals new J menu edit. Sorry if you hear background noise, it's from this plane that's flying. Anyways, so now we need to create menu items. We need to actually add items to the menu. So when we click file and when we click edit, we're gonna make the object for the things that'll pop down. So do private final J menu item new doc for new documents equals new J menu item. Argument is a text, it'll be new document. I don't know why I'm not copying this, it's so stupid. But anyways, private final, this is gonna be for opening, so we're gonna have open, J menu item. So it's gonna be for the second thing or button. So it's gonna be file, it'll be new document, and it'll be open. And there's also gonna be one more called so these are gonna be for, so these two variables over here are gonna be for file, and the next two are gonna be for edit. So this one is gonna be what do you call it? Save, for saving. So save. Oh, actually, I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet, but wait, just put it like this, and save, print. The options for printing. Do close for closing the software, and let's do 3 more. It's going to be cut, copy, and paste. So that's going to be inside the edit category. I don't really care about where I'm putting it, but cut, copy, paste. So cut, copy, paste. Okay, finally we're done with this part. So now in our constructor, so since I don't want to actually have a method, we're going to use in our instance. So I'm just going to put everything in the constructor. So over here, I'm going to do, okay, so in our file, I'm going to do file.add new doc. Actually, before we do that, let's to the actual frame. Let's add some stuff there. So first, let's do frame dot set size. So size is going to be 500 by 500, which is a square. And we can do frame.show to make the frame appear. And I also want to set the default close operation. So set default close operation to jframe.exit on close. So basically, whenever we click X, it'll actually close. So it'll close. And then I'm going to add some stuff to the frame. So I'm going to do frame.add text field. And what else do we need? So, okay, I think that's it for now. Okay, looks like this is deprecated. Okay, but whatever. So now we just need to add some stuff to our menu. So I'm gonna do file.add new doc. Sorry. file.add open file.add file.add save, and finally file.add print. So now that we've done that, in our second menu, so in edit, we're gonna add cut. You edit.add copy and edit.add paste. I think that's what I called it. Yeah, edit. So we're adding those. And then now I need to, in the menu bar, so now over here in my menu bar, I need to do menu bar.add the file, and I also need to add the edit menu thing and close. So close will actually be its own thing, own menu item. So menu bar.add close. Oh well, wow, that worked. Okay, so now in our frame we need to set the menu bar to our menu bar instance, which is menu bar, and then we also need to add our okay, we already added our text field, so that's good. And yeah, that should be pretty much it. And since we want to have actions in the software, we need to use action listener. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do implements action listener in our class. List like that. Did I spell that right? Action listener, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, I think I know why. I think I need to do import java.awt.event. I mean everything from it. What the heck? Okay, so that should work, and I think I know why that's erroring. I'm pretty sure it's because we haven't added our method for that yet. So public void action performed, action event. Okay, yeah, that was why. Because if you don't have a method, then it'll error. Okay, anyway, so now we need to add a bunch of action listeners to our elements. So let's just get that done with. Okay, so I'm gonna do it before we add it. So let's do new doc.add action listener. We're out to this, which is this class. That's what this means. Just gonna copy this a bunch of times. Let's do it for open, save, print, close, cut, copy, paste. Okay, that's all we need. So now that we've added all our action listeners, we can continue on with our implementing our actions. So in public void action performed, action event, we're gonna make a string called button is equal to event.get action command. So we're gonna get the event as type string, and it's gonna be called button. So we're gonna do if the button press is equal to copy. So first we're just gonna get rid of the get done the really easy stuff. So if the press button is equal to copy, then we're just gonna grab our text field, and there's a method called copy, which will copy all the text. So Swing handled all of it for us. So can do an else if. So else if button dot equals, if it equals paste, then you can do text field dot paste. So whatever the user has copied to their clipboard will be pasted to the text area. So finally we're going to do it for cut, and you can do text field dot cut. And I'm pretty sure there's a print method as well. So, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do else if button dot equals. So actually now I'm gonna do it for a new document. And over here, since this might get really long, instead of actually making a new document, I'm just gonna set the text field. So I'm gonna set the text to nothing, so we can get away with that for right now. And finally, else if button dot equals to close. The button is closed, and you can do frame dot set visible false, and then frame dot set visible false, and then frame dot let's do frame dot dispose. I'm also gonna print software closed. Let me just do that. Let me just add a bunch of printing statements so we know that events happened. Okay, so over here you can do like text copied. Do text pasted. Do here we can do text cut. New document created. Okay, cool. And finally over here I'm gonna do window created. Okay, so to see if this actually works now, like some of it, let's try running it. Window created. Okay, cool. So we have the stuff here. So window created that ran. And then if we can see, we have all these buttons over here. So if we click so if we type some stuff and then click new document, then I'll refresh that and it'll log all the events. So let's try something. So currently I have copied to my clipboard this system.print line software closed. So what if we add some text, and then let's try to copy that. You can see that's copied and it's logged. So yeah, that's good. Now we can continue on with printing and I think saving and opening. So yeah, I also want to do if button dot equals print there. I think there's a method for that. Let me just test that for a sec. Print, you can do text field dot print. Okay, and that's all handled for us. All the printing stuff and the dialogues is handled for us, which makes it really good or really helpful. Okay, why isn't this working? Okay, yeah, I think we need to surround it with a try and catch because it might not go well, so it might not work. So okay, over here you can do exception E, catch, you can do text field dot print. Now over here you can do I'm just gonna do system dot out print line E, so I'm just gonna log it for right now. Okay, so printing is done. Now we just need to do saving and opening. So do else if button dot equals save. We're gonna make a new J file chooser called FC equals new J file chooser, which is gonna allow us to get that choosing file dialog. So it's gonna be F, which is the current directory, so like the root. And then finally I'm gonna make a int, gonna be show save panel. So it's gonna be showing us the save panel, of course. that save dialog you usually see that shows which directory you want to save stuff in. So equals fc.show save dialog. Param is going to be null, which is a parent, so it doesn't have any parent. And then we can do if show save panel equals jfile chooser dot approve option. So if they approve an option, then we're going to do file f equals new file. So we're going to create a new file, and they're going to be able to save it as text. So new file fs.get selected file, which is a method we're going to use to get that selected file that the user chose. Okay, and why this is erroring? Okay, I guess we didn't import stuff. Okay, yeah, I think we have to get the absolute path of that file for it to work. Okay, yeah. And then now, okay, so I'm gonna do a try catch statement. Exception E. I'm gonna log it right now. Okay, so here we can create a new file writer, which is gonna actually write the file. So file writer fr equals new file writer f false, so that's gonna be 2 parameters, and f will be this file, so it's gonna write that file in the directory. So I think we need to import stuff. What if we instead just do import everything? Okay, so now sorry, so over here I'm gonna add an else statement. So else, we're gonna do system.out.println user canceled the operation. I like to log stuff a lot to helps me understand which code is running and which is not. So yeah. So now that we've done that, we need to make a new buffered writer, which is another class. Call it BW equals new buffered writer. Okay, I'm running out of time. We're already at 22 minutes. Okay, so this is basically gonna write the file. So we're gonna do buffered writer dot write text field dot get text. So we're gonna get the text from our text field and write it. We can do buffered writer dot flush that buffered writer dot close. Okay, and that should be it for our saving, and now we need to do opening, and then we're done. So now we do else if button dot equals open. Then we can do jfile chooser equals new jfile chooser. This might not. Okay, yeah, I guess we can. Okay, so now we're gonna do int. I'm just gonna call it dialog equals fc.showOpen dialog null if dialog is equal to jfile chooser dot approve option. We're just basically copying this stuff. Okay, so now it gets a little different. We just need to fetch the path again. So f file, or make a new file, or find the file, sorry. fc.get selected file. So we're gonna get the absolute path of that file. Why? Okay, yeah. For the equals. Why is that? Why is that erroring? Constructor file. Wait. Good ups. Is it a problem with? Okay, maybe the. Maybe that class. Will you import that class or something? File. equals new file. Get approved. Oh, what am I doing? Get selected file. Get absolute path. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna do try catch again. Exception E. System.out.println. Print a line called we're gonna print E, and then finally I'm gonna make two strings. So I'm gonna do string 1 and string 2. So over here I'm gonna create a new file reader called a read, which is gonna read the file the user chose by passing. We're gonna find that by passing the f as a parameter, the file, and then finally you can assign string 1 to speaking of which, you need to create another buffered reader for reader, close new buffered reader read. String 1 equals br.readLine. Read the lines, and then we're gonna fetch the input. So while string 2 equals buffered reader or br.readLine. So we're gonna basically make a while loop to read all the lines. Is not equal to null. Why are we getting there? Sorry, all these. Okay, I think it's like. Okay, then you can do string 2, assign it, equals string 2 plus \n plus string 1. It's basically gonna get all our text for us. Finally, you can just text field dot set text. So now we have a variable called string 2, which will get all of our, or actually I'm just gonna call it text, why not? Okay, because this will make our text variable, and then we can set the text field to that text. So that is basically it. So we've completed with 150 lines of code. So now let's actually test it. So let's run it. Okay. Should open, and you can see we have it, so it'll work. Now we can I can type here, you can select, you can cut that, so you can paste it again. We can copy this, and we can close it. You can see it closes, and okay, I should have done that at the end, and you can see it's logging everything, which is really nice. So yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with this. Feel free to experiment it, and the saving thing will work, but I don't really want to expose a lot of my files, so that's why I'm not going to do that, but it will work. And by the way, there'll be a GitHub repository to the code left in the description. And other than that, I hope you have an awesome day, and thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment, I guess. Okay, cool. See ya.